Welcome to Soul Circuit. This is a space where we explore how soul principles reveal themselves through real, lived moments of life. In earlier Soul Circuit conversations, I shared the foundational language of soul missions, soul agreements, the soul journey that each and every one of us are on, and soul contracts. In this particular episode, we're going to step into the human story where those principles quietly come alive. Today, I'll share a story that helped me understand the deeper nature of the soul journey. Not as something abstract, but as something lived and experienced across time, through healing, and through unexpected moments of connection. For much of my life, being adopted shaped how I saw myself in ways I didn't fully understand at the time. Like many children who were adopted, I carried quiet assumptions inside me. Questions about belonging, about whether I was wanted, about whether I really mattered. These weren't always thoughts I spoke aloud. They lived more as subtle feelings, impressions that quietly influenced how I experienced myself and the world around me. Over time, I did a great deal of healing around these themes. I came to understand that being adopted didn't mean I wasn't wanted. It simply meant my life began through circumstances different from most. And there was a great healing segment that occurred when I adopted Jonathan. And that experience with his birth mother and what she experienced as she handled the incredible, selfless act of giving her child into another family. And yet there were still parts of my story that I hadn't fully seen yet. About 2 years ago, when I was 60, something happened that shifted my understanding in a way I never could have predicted. Out of the blue, I received a message and learned that I have a biological half-brother named Mark. Until that moment, I didn't know he existed. Connecting with him opened a doorway into parts of my history that had never been visible to me before. And as we talked, Mark shared with me what he had been told about my birth mother's life as he grew up being raised by her. And she finally shared the circumstances surrounding my birth late in her life. Hearing that perspective softened something deep inside me. It revealed that the story I had quietly carried, the idea that I hadn't been wanted or didn't matter, wasn't true. Instead, what emerged was a much more human, compassionate understanding of what had actually unfolded. That realization felt like a profound step in my soul journey. Not because it erased the past, but because it illuminated it. As my spiritual path continued to open, especially through my expanding ability to connect with those in spirit and higher realms, something even more meaningful began to unfold. For the first time, I felt a genuine sense of connection to my birth mother, not just as a concept or memory, but as a soul. Through that connection, I found myself able to thank her, to acknowledge her, to be so filled with gratitude for her strength, to recognize the gift she gave me by bringing me into this world. And just last week, on my birthday, I experienced something that felt like a quiet but profound completion. Historically, I had downplayed my birthday. Somewhere deep inside, I carried the belief that I wasn't really worth celebrating. But through the years of investment I've made in my own self-healing, and through the spiritual awareness that has unfolded along the way, something shifted. On my birthday this year, I found myself filled with gratitude. Gratitude for my life, gratitude for the path I've walked, and deep gratitude for my birth mother, for giving me the chance to be here at all. In that moment, I realized how fully the circle had come and completed. This is part of my soul circuit. Looking back now, I see this entire unfolding as part of my soul journey. Not a straight path, but a layered one, where understanding, healing, and compassion arrived over time, often through unexpected doors. Sometimes our journey isn't about discovering something new. Sometimes it's about finally seeing our life with the clarity and love that was always waiting for us, always here within us. Each of us has a soul journey, shaped by experiences we didn't choose, and sometimes did choose, but meanings we quietly formed along the way. And sometimes, years later, life offers us new pieces of the story. A person appears. A conversation happens. A realization surfaces. Not to rewrite our past, but to help us see it with greater compassion and truth. You may have moments in your life where something long held suddenly softens, where a new understanding brings peace to something that once felt unresolved. What if those moments are part of your soul journey unfolding, not as correction, but as completion? For me, this experience didn't just bring healing. It also helped me understand more deeply the work I now feel called to do. Creating spaces where people can reconnect with their own story, their own worth, and their own place within the larger unfolding of life. Sometimes our soul journey prepares us for our soul mission, not by giving us answers, but by helping us become more compassionate, more attuned, and more open to the unseen threads connecting us all. Thank you for spending this time with me in the radiant field. of the soul circuit. If you heard something today in this story, you might take a moment to notice where your own journey may still be unfolding and where new understanding may be finding its way to you in very unexpected ways. Soul awareness rarely arrives all at once. In my experience, it reveals itself in layers across time through a variety of interactions and experiences. I'm so grateful you're here. I celebrate you. Until next time, stay connected to your own inner rhythm and allow life to keep revealing its quiet wisdom to you each and every moment of every day.